When my daughter was little, she used to say, Daddy, how much do you love me? Or I used to ask her, how much does Daddy love you? And she'd go, not this much, not this much, not this much, not this much, but this much. She'd give me a hug. When Paul's writing this is kind of how I'm envisioning God speaking to you. Like, I don't love you this much. I don't love you this much. I don't love you this much. I love you this much. I am committed to your best even when you're not. That's how much I love you. And nothing you could do would change it. Nothing you could say would change it. Nothing you could do and say would make it go away. Nothing you could do and say would make it be any different. Because it's not based on you. It's based on me. See, his love for you is so deep, right? It's wider than all of the oceans. It's longer than the IX Center in Cleveland. It's higher than Mount Everest. It's 29,000 feet peak. It's deeper than the depths of the ocean floors. You cannot measure it. He says, but it's wide and long and high and deep, and so you can't measure it, but you can picture it. And I think the greatest picture comes in the cross, right? You have Jesus who was willing to spread his arms out and take on the sins of the world and be nailed to a cross. His arms were spread wide. Why? Because for God so loved the world that he gave his son. That's everybody, no matter who you are, where you've been, where you're going. No matter what you look like. God's love is for you, and he gave his very best for you in his son. And he did that, the up and down piece, the vertical piece, right, is because he wanted to connect you to God. You to God. He wanted to give you listen to this, he wanted to give you direct access to him. He loves you so much that if you would believe in him, you will not spend forever separated from God in a real place called hell. You'll spend forever with him in a real place called heaven. So when you see the cross, you should see the heart of God. The cross means love. That takes a commitment to your best, like nothing we've seen. God, remind me of your love. When you pray, God, remind me, you're recalling the truth of his unconditional, unending love for you. And I know we need that. Because no one and nothing could ever love you more than God. No one, nothing. God strengthen me. God remind me. And finally, you could pray, God fill me.